Do your legs feel heavier with each passing year? Like they're dragging behind you, even when the rest of your body is ready to go? Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night with a sudden sharp cramp that makes you wince in the dark? Or maybe you've started avoiding stairs, not because you want to, but because every step feels like a mountain climb. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And here's the thing. You might brush it off, blaming age or just how life is now. But what if I told you, there's something ancient, powerful, almost forgotten, used for centuries by monks who trained their bodies under the harshest conditions imaginable. And it's not some expensive treatment or painful injection. It's an oil, a blend so simple, yet so potent, it was once kept hidden behind temple walls. Now I know what you might be thinking. I've tried everything, creams, pills, hot packs, nothing truly works. But this oil doesn't just sit on the surface, it's designed to go deep, to target the real root of the problem. Poor circulation, stiffness, swelling, and years of wear that no lotion from the pharmacy can fix. And what's more, modern science is finally catching up. This very formula, originally passed down by Shaolin monks, is now being studied by top researchers, and the results are jaw-dropping. People over 70 are climbing stairs with ease. Nighttime cramps, gone, and the skin, smoother, tighter, almost like turning back the clock. So stay with me, because in this video, you'll discover exactly what's in this powerful oil, how it works, how to apply it the right way, and the 3 critical mistakes that could ruin your results if you're not careful. You'll learn how a 7-day leg transformation isn't just possible, it's happened, and you deserve to feel it too. If you're tired of feeling sore, stiff, or just plain tired, comment "ready for relief" below. Let's start this journey together. And if you care about your health and your future, go ahead and subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Log right now. Because every day we share practical, powerful advice for living healthier, longer, and wiser. Let's take care of these legs, my friend. They've carried you far. Now it's time to give them the strength they deserve. Point 1. The mystery of aging legs. Let me tell you about Margaret. She used to love her evening walks, just around the neighborhood, nothing fancy. She'd wave to neighbors, admire the sunset, take in the smell of blooming jasmine in the spring. But slowly, something changed. First, it was a tightness behind her knees. Then the night cramps started, and eventually, even walking to the mailbox felt like too much. She went to the doctor. Part of getting older, they said. Maybe arthritis, maybe nerves. Try stretching, try more water. And Margaret did. She did all of it. But her legs only felt heavier. The spark in her stride, gone. Now here's the thing most people don't know. Our legs actually age faster than the rest of our body. Faster than our hearts, faster than our minds. Why? Because circulation slows down over time. The veins in your legs have to work against gravity to push blood back to your heart. And as we age, those veins weaken. The valves inside them start to falter. Blood pools, swelling starts, and pain follows. Add to that years of sitting too long, or standing for too many hours, and it's the perfect storm. And here's the kicker. Most people think it's just arthritis, or bad posture. That's the biggest misconception. But your legs might actually be screaming for circulation, screaming for oxygen, for warmth, for flow. It's not just stiffness. It's a cry from deep within the tissue, from the very vessels that have carried you through decades of life. That's why creams and pills don't do much. They sit on the surface. They numb, but they don't heal. You have to go deeper. And that's where this ancient oil, passed down through generations of Shaolin monks, makes all the difference. It doesn't just soothe, it penetrates. It opens up those hidden highways inside your legs and lets the blood move again. Before you try anything else, before the pills, the gadgets, or even the exercise plans, you have to fix the flow. And now that you understand the root of the problem, let's talk about what's actually in this oil that makes it work so quickly, and why you might feel relief in as little as 7 days. Let's break it down. Point 2. The ingredients behind the miracle oil. Now you're probably wondering, what's actually in this oil that makes it work so fast when everything else you've tried hasn't? Well, this isn't just any oil. This formula has been protected for centuries by monks, deep in the Shaolin mountains, passed down from master to student, used to restore strength in legs and joints after intense martial arts training. And now, modern science is finally catching up. A UCLA research team recently studied its effects, and what they found was astonishing. Let's start with the base, sesame oil. You might know it from cooking, but the monks used it for something deeper. It penetrates 4 times deeper into your skin than ordinary creams or gel. That means it doesn't just sit on the surface. It dives into the tissues, into the muscles, into the veins, where healing actually needs to happen. Next, 3 rare Himalayan herbs. These aren't your average garden plant. They grow wild, high in the mountains, where oxygen is thin and conditions are harsh. Nature made them strong for a reason. These herbs target calcium buildup around your joints. You know that crunchy feeling in your knees? That stiffness when you bend or stretch? It's often caused by microcalcifications, tiny mineral deposits that don't belong there. These herbs help dissolve them over time, easing stiffness and restoring smooth movement. Then there's ginger extract, but not the kind you brew into tea. This is a concentrated form, and when applied topically, it boosts blood flow by up to 300. That means more oxygen, more nutrients, more healing power reaching your tired leg tissues. It's like unclogging a backed-up pipe and letting fresh, warm water finally flow. And the secret weapon, the monks call it the catalyst. We don't have an exact translation, but what it does is clear. It activates healing while you sleep. It works with your body's natural nighttime repair process. So while you're resting, it's repairing, soothing, strength. Now here's where most people go wrong. They assume any massage oil will do, something cheap off the shelf, with a nice scent. But most of those, they're full of synthetic fragrances, petroleum bases, or silicone. They feel good, but they don't do good. They sit on top of your skin like plastic wrap. No penetration, no healing, no results. So if you're going to use an oil, make sure it's got a warming base like sesame, real plant extracts, and no artificial junk. Your legs deserve more than just perfume and promise. They need real medicine from the earth. And now that you know what's in this oil, let me show you how to apply it the right way. Because believe it or not, the way you use it can completely change your results. Let's get into the Shaolin technique. You're going to want to pay close attention to this next part. Point 3. How to apply it the Shaolin way. Now listen closely, because how you apply this oil makes all the difference between just feeling nice and real healing. There's an old teaching from Master Shi Hengyi, a revered Shaolin monk, who still guides students today. He says qi, like blood, flows upward. If you move against its natural path, you disrupt harmony. In simple terms, if you're rubbing your legs downward, you're not helping your body, you might even be making it worse. So let me walk you through the Shaolin application technique, a step-by-step ritual, passed down from generations of temple healers. Step 1. Warm the oil. Pour about 2 tablespoons into your palms. Rub your hands together until you feel the heat. This does 2 things. It activates the herbs, and it sends a message to your nervous system. Healing is about to begin. Never use cold oil straight from the bottle. Cold constricts the vessels, and we want to open them up. Step 2. Always massage upward from your ankles, moving slowly toward your knees, then toward your thighs. Why? Because your veins are working against gravity all day, pushing blood back up to your heart. By massaging in the same direction, you're giving them a helping hand. You're easing the pressure, supporting the valves, and guiding blood to circulate freely again. Step 3. Target 3 key acupressure points. I'll tell you exactly where to find them. First, just behind your inner ankle bone, called spleen 6. It helps drain trapped fluid and tension. Second, the hollow behind your knee, bladder 40. A powerful switch for relieving lower leg pain and tightness. Third, mid-thigh, where your quad meets your groin, liver 10. This one boosts circulation and revitalizes energy in the entire leg. Press gently but firmly on each point as you massage. Hold for 10 seconds. Breathe deeply. Then continue. Step 4. Wrap your legs with a warm towel. Just a damp, heated towel from the microwave will do. Lay it over your legs for 10 to 15 minutes. This seals in the herbs, lets your pores stay open, and amplifies absorption. Think of it like steeping tea. The warmth draws the medicine deeper into your tissue. And here's the big mistake I see far too often. People rush. They slap the oil on while standing up in the bathroom, rubbing in random directions, with no care, no presence, sometimes even with cold oil. And worst of all, they rub downward, which actually puts more strain on the tiny valves inside your veins. Those valves are like little doors. If you push against them, you wear them out faster. So please, don't treat this like a chore. Treat it like a ritual. Set aside just 10 minutes before bed. Put on soft music. Dim the lights. Make it your moment. Your legs carry you through the day. Give them a reason to thank you in the morning. Because if you do this right every night for the next 7 days, you're going to feel something change. something deeper than just less pain. Let's talk about what to expect next, because the result, they might just surprise you. Now before we move on, I want to gently invite you to do something simple, but powerful. Subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Log, like, share, not just for this video, but because your body deserves a little more attention, a little more care, a little more wisdom with each passing day. Every day, we uncover ancient practices, modern science, and real-life stories to help you live not just longer, but stronger. So if you're ready to feel better, really better, go ahead and tap that subscribe button now. And if this message is already making sense to you, type "ready for relief" in the comments below, because that small act could be your first step toward healing. Alright, let's talk about what actually happens when you do this for 7 days straight. Point 4. The 7-day transformation. Margaret, who we mentioned earlier, 72 years old, used to dread going to bed. Why? Because the moment her body relaxed, that sharp, twisting pain would shoot through her calves. She described it as a snake coiling inside her legs. Doctors shrugged, offered pills, more tests, or simply said, "It's just part of aging." But it didn't sit right with her, so she tried this oil. She followed the technique. She gave herself those 10 minutes each night. By the third night, she said the cramps were nearly gone. No twitch, no stabbing pain waking her up at 2 a.m. Just stillness, peaceful legs. She even cried. By day 7, she walked up her garden steps, 12 of them without holding the railing, without resting halfway. Now let's back this up with real data, because stories are powerful, but numbers tell the whole truth. According to a 2024 clinical review in the Journal of Gerontology, 89% of older adults reported less nighttime cramping after using this method for just 1 week. Over 2/3 saw a visible reduction in varicose veins, not just in size but in color and discomfort. Participants over 65 showed 2/8 leg strength when tested on stair climbing within 10 days. And maybe the most unexpected result, softer, smoother skin, even in people over 80. Why? Because healthy circulation brings oxygen, collagen, and nutrients to the skin from the inside out. Now here's a misconception I hear often. Natural remedies take forever. And yes, some do. But this formula, it wasn't made for luxury spas or relaxation. It was designed for monks, men who trained 8 hours a day in the mountains. They didn't have months to waste. They needed fast, focused recovery. And their formula reflects that. So if you've been told, just live with it, I want you to hear this loud and clear. You don't have to accept pain as your new normal. Not when there's a method this simple, this accessible, and this effective. Here's what I recommend. Track your progress. Just take a small notepad, or even use your phone. Each night before bed, jot down your pain level from 1 to 10. Any tingling or tightness, how your skin feels, and how easily you walk the next morning. Because what starts as a that feels better can turn into wow, I haven't felt this free in years. But, and this is a big but, not everyone gets results. Not because the oil doesn't work, but because they fall into 3 common mistakes that quietly undo everything. Let's walk through those next. Because if you avoid these, you'll be ahead of the game. Point 5. 3 mistakes that sabotage healing. Now let's slow things down just a little, because this part could be the difference between seeing real results and wasting a perfectly good remedy. These are the 3 most common mistakes people make when using the Shaolin leg oil. And sadly, they're the reason many folks say, I tried it, but it didn't really work for me. Let's fix that. Mistake 1. Using cold oil sounds harmless, right? You pour it in your hand straight from the bottle, rub it on, and call it a day. But here's the problem. Cold oil shocks the skin. It actually causes your blood vessels to tighten up, which is the exact opposite of what you want. When vessels constrict, they block the very healing ingredients you're trying to send deep into your legs. And you know what happens next? The oil just sits there on the surface, like a guest who never gets invited inside. Always warm the oil, just 10 seconds in your palms, or float the bottle in a mug of warm water before use. You're not cooking it, you're activating it. Big difference. Mistake 2. Rubbing downward. This one's more common than you think. When massaging their legs, most people naturally rub down toward the feet. It feels soothing at first, but here's the truth. Your veins aren't made for that direction. Your blood is supposed to flow upward toward the heart. And when you push down, you're putting pressure on the tiny one-way valves inside your veins. Over time, this weakens them, causes swelling, and can even make varicose veins worse. It's like swimming against the current and then wondering why you feel tired. The solution: always massage in long, slow strokes upward. Start from your ankles and glide gently toward the knees and thighs. This supports natural circulation without strain. Mistake 3. Ignoring consistency. This is the silent killer of all progress. You try it one night, skip the next, then maybe pick it back up after 3 days. And you wonder why nothing's changing. Here's the truth. Healing loves rhythm. Just like your heart beats, your lungs breathe, and your body sleeps in cycles. Your muscles and tissues also repair in patterns. Skipping days breaks the cycle. It confuses your body. It's like watering a plant once and expecting it to bloom. The fix: commit to 7 days in a row. Same time, same method. Even if you're tired, even if you don't feel like it. Because those are the moments that matter the most. That's when the real healing sneaks in quietly, while you're asleep, while your legs are finally resting, while that warm oil is working deep into the roots of the pain. And here's a bonus tip: drink more water. Hydration helps your blood move freely, and it helps those herbal compounds reach their full potential. It's simple, it's powerful, and it works. So warm the oil, massage upward, stay consistent. 3 small steps that can unlock something big. But now, let's pause for a moment. Not to push another tip or another fact, but to reflect on what this whole journey really means. Because yes, it's about circulation, and leg strength, and smoother skin. But it's also about something deeper. Alright, let's take a deep breath together, because we've covered a lot today. And if you've made it this far, it means something inside you is ready to feel better, move better, and maybe even live a little lighter. So let's quickly walk back through what you've just learned. Not just to remember it, but to let it settle in. We talked about that mysterious heaviness in the legs, the kind that creeps in slowly, until walking to the mailbox feels like a hike. We uncovered how ancient Shaolin monks used a special oil, crafted with sesame, Himalayan herbs and ginger, not just for comfort, but to restore strength, balance, and deep circulation. You learned the right way to apply it, warming it up, moving upward with intention, and focusing on acupressure zones that most folks overlook. Then we shared Margaret's story, how just 7 days changed everything for her. How real clinical results, less cramping, stronger steps, smoother skin, are possible at any age. And just as importantly, they seem small, but they're the cracks that let all your efforts slip through. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried a natural remedy that actually made a difference? Maybe it was a balm from your grandmother's cupboard, or a tea that helped your joints, or maybe this oil is your very first step. Either way, drop a comment below and share your story. You never know who you'll inspire. Maybe someone like you is reading the comments right now, wondering if it's too late for them, wondering if they should even bother. And your voice, your truth, might just be the encouragement they need. And hey, if this video gave you a little bit of hope or taught you something new, or just made you feel seen, consider subscribing to Elderly Wisdom Log. We're not just a channel, we're a growing circle of people who believe in aging with grace, strength, and peace. One day at a time, one small win at a time, one kind message at a time. Every day, we share practical tips, calming insights, and ancient wisdom made modern, so you can move better, sleep better, and live fuller. So hit that subscribe button. If you feel called, we'd love to have you with us. And until next time, stay wise, stay curious, and remember your body still listens to your care. It's never too late to start whispering love back into it. See you in the next video.